you doing today, guys? It's Jesse, the common nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. And boys and girls, the day Disney has been dreading, yes, the day that the Walt Company has been fighting against legally and through all kinds of different backdoor means, through politicians and everything else, has finally come to fruition. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Steamboat Willie, the very first iteration of Mickey Mouse, has officially come into public domain as of January 1st, 2024 this year. And ladies and gentlemen, people are already jumping all over it. Obviously, there's been a lot of projects that have been in development for a long time, waiting for this very glorious day to come, because especially considering the fact that the Walt Disney Company had been fighting tooth and nail to keep Mickey Mouse under wraps and under their control for as long as possible, even getting the Mickey Mouse Act passed in the 1990s, pushing for the Mickey Mouse Protection Act, which of course extended it out to the full 95 years, which officially has finally come due. And of course, Disney has been not able to push it any farther. And ladies and gentlemen, we've already got a trailer out for a new movie. We've got another movie planned, and there's even a video game trailer that has all dropped within the last 24 hours now that Mickey has officially come into the public domain. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about here today, ladies and gentlemen, because as you can see from the headline right here from our good old deadline, there's already a second Steamboat Willie horror picture from Stephen Lamar unveiled as early take on Mickey Mouse hits public domain. And that's exactly what they talk about over here in this variety or this rap article. Mickey Mouse is terrifying in teaser for new horror movie as character hits public domain. So we're going to check out this article from Deadline, getting all the juicy details. And if we have time, we might even take a quick little glimpse over there at the trailer. But if you haven't already, make sure you come check out all of our stuff going on over on the Rumble side of things underneath the Common Nerd, where I watched this trailer live stream to this today as well. And it was really good. It was very interesting, and it definitely looks like a fun little take. So we're going to get into this article from Deadline, get into all of the juicy details, maybe show off some of these trailers, as well as the fact that there's a video game out called Infestation 88 as well. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe if you are not already, because we are growing, we are grinding, we are getting bigger and better about all of this pop culture stuff out there, and every single one of you subscribing would help out a whole lot, and it doesn't cost you a thing. But if you would like to help out financially, there's some great links in the description down below. Make sure you share this with all your friends and smash that like button. So let's get into this from Deadline.com. So as we talked about earlier, so now we have a second untitled entry, but let's just go ahead and check out this one right here. So the Steamboat Willie version of the character will star as the villain of the Mickey Mouse's Trap. So Mickey's Mouse Trap has officially made history. The upcoming indie horror movie has released its first teaser, making it the first movie to show footage ever since Steamboat Willie version of Disney's Mickey Mouse entered the public domain. The teaser released on January 1st, the same day the exclusive intellectual rights around Steamboat Willie expired. First released in 1928, the short film is considered the debut of Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and it introduces the future Disney mascot as the Steamboat Captain. And yes, this is the first iteration of that. It even says Mickey Mouse in Steamboat Willie on the title card of the original show, or the original trailer over here, or the original movie right here, which as you can see right here is available for free on YouTube out there. But as you can see, Disney Cartoons present a Mickey Mouse sound cartoon Steamboat Willie, and as you can see, we've got Mickey and Minnie right there on the cover. This is the version that has officially hit the public domain, ladies and gentlemen. So as we're talking over here, right here, it says over the years, Steamboat Willie has been close to entering the public domain on several occasions before being officially added more than 95 years after its release. Now anyone can use the character without asking Disney permission, paying for the use, or hiding behind parody rights. The horror comedy focuses on a group of friends who throw their friend a surprise birthday party in an arcade, but when they start disappearing, an unexpected foe is to blame: Mickey Mouse. A place for fun, a place for friends, a place for hunting. The mouse is out. Read the text on the teaser trailer. And like I said, if we get the chance, we're going to check out that trailer as well, but it's one of them situations where you never know what the way YouTube's copyright rules are and stuff like that. We might end up having to cut that out later, so we'll save that for the end of the trailer. We'll save that for the end of the video. So obviously they talked about the Mickey Mouse's Trap we've got right here. So Lamore Steamboat Willie, horror comedy, watches a late night boat ride turns into a desperate fight for survival in New York City. Now this is talking about the one that we just saw the teaser trailer that is just dropped for. When a mischievous mouse becomes a monstrous reality, can a motley crew survive a killer creature with a taste for tourists? In addition to Lamort, productions includes Amy Schumer's and Martine Mello is in collaboration on a holiday horror, The Mean One, as well as Stephen Del Sala's Mark Levy's Terrifier 2. Production is set to kick off this spring, so that is the second one that's coming out very shortly. So they talk about all of the rest of this. The director emphasized the imperatives behind the project is simple: love of Disney's iconic characters, filmmakers. We're all kids in the sandbox. We love taking our toys and playing with them in different ways. It's not a desire to ruin these characters or make a quick buck, but to honor them and show them in a new light. So even as Steamboat Willie enters the public domain, and later in more well-known iterations of Mickey Mouse will remain at disposal of the Disneys alone for the time being, the company has clarified Mickey will continue to play a leading role as a global ambassador for the Walt Disney Company in our storytelling, theme park attractions, and merchandise. We will, of course, continue to protect our rights in the more modern versions of Mickey Mouse and other works that remain subject to copyright, and we work to safeguard against consumer confusion caused by an unauthorized use of Mickey and our other iconic characters. Now, honestly, is anybody going to confuse a murderous mouse running around trying to take out a bunch of teenagers for the traditional Walt Disney Mickey Mouse? No, not whatsoever. It's just like with Blood and Honey last year, when that movie came out, which the sequels comes out, I believe, this year as well for that one, which is going to introduce Eeyore and Owl into that one, or Tigger and Owl into that one, whereas the first one just had Winnie the Pooh in it. And it's one of them situations where now we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see a lot of these kind of parodies going forward because horror movies are cheap to make. They almost always make some kind of profit because they are so cheap to make, because horror fans are just horror fans, no doubt. And they'll go see just about anything, whether it be bad, good, they're at least willing to give it a shot. And a parody over Mickey Mouse, over the House of Mouse's favorite little icon, going through and just terrorizing a bunch of children out there, terrorizing a bunch of teenagers out there, that sounds like an absolute blast. So still expect more Disney-inspired projects to come out of the woodwork as other classic characters come into the public domain. Perhaps the most notable, like we just talked about, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, a film centered on the lovely honey bear. So a lot of that kind of stuff is going on. And like I said, we also have a video game over here, Infestation 88. But let's go ahead and check out this little trailer. Like I said, if we have to end up cutting it out for time constraints, I apologize for that. If we end up doing any copyright, I will cut it out. But you guys can go check it out online for right now. But I don't think this has got any crazy horror music or anything like that in it that's going to end up getting us in trouble. So let's check this out.
These are the best party that we can throw.
So as you can see right from the very beginning, it opens up as your traditional kind of little, kind of going on teenage kind of teeny bopper thing. I don't think we're going to go through the whole trailer because it is almost 2 minutes long, but it's just kind of traditional slasher horror flick kind of stuff. It's very much reminiscent of like the kind of 80s and 90s kind of stuff that I grew up on, like growing up with like, going up with like Freddy and Jason and all that kind of stuff. It feels very much just like a traditional kind of slasher flick. Like as you can see right here, here's our little introduction to Steamboat Willie right here. Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse in Steamboat Willie, which of course is directly from the title card, all completely in the public domain, right here and all this kind of stuff. Right here, shortly we're going to see our first iteration of Mickey himself right here. It's coming. I love the vibe of this. I think they're doing a really good job. It looks very well done.
He's completely in love with me already. It's totally disgusting.
Typical hot chick from these kind of horror movies, all of that kind of stuff. Great rack, whole nine.
Put the phone down! Put the phone down, please!
Of course, you've got your traditional kind of screaming chick right here.
Gina, turn
and then we're going to get our first little scene. And there he is. There's Mickey. Boys and girls, coming right up behind him, there is Steamboat Willie himself. Now, obviously, like I said, the white gloves, they can't use certain aspects of the new character, but there you go. You got the hot chick in a short black skirt talking about messing around with boys, and of course, the first one to get it, as everybody knows, in any horror franchise. So, yeah.
I'll be right back.
I love this little part right here. This is even great
And
little
he's
trope.
dead.
What?
Like if he was in a horror movie, you'd never say, I'll be right back. Because then you don't.
Exactly. So they're even making those movie kind of tropes, that same kind of stuff that we've talked about in other movies. Infestation 88 is another game right here.
Here at the storage
Another
facility.
one. We've got giant mouses, find the source. We're not going to go to the other thing. I just kind of want you to see what Mickey looks like in this game as well, because here we have Mickey right here making his appearance in this game. This is another game that's coming out here very shortly. The movie trailer that we just watched is coming out in February. This game trailer, we'll have to check the article and see what this one is, but here's another version. There's our Mickey right here in this game as well, our Steamboat Willie with the proper hat and the whole nine. Now, one of the other things people talked about is whether or not the whole actually saying the Mickey's mouse trap might end up getting people in trouble for some of the copyright, some of the trademark laws, some of that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely sure. It looks like to me, although I am not a lawyer by any means, it looks like this is a pretty clear infringement, but I know, shout out to our friend WDW Pro, great guy, great channel. If you haven't already, go check out WDW Pro, subscribe, go check out that Park Place's website. But one of the things he brought up is maybe they don't exactly understand the way some of the trademark stuff rules and things like that work with as far as like actually calling it Mickey's Mouse Trap kind of thing. So I don't know, but we've got a whole bunch of cool Mickey Mouse stuff coming very shortly. It should be pretty wild. It should be pretty crazy to see what ends up coming out over the next few years as far as what they're going to do. I love this image right here. I'd even thrown out an idea on one of my live streams, which I do Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. over on Rumble under the Common Nerd every single Monday through Friday. We do that where I talked about this. It was like, hey, this is exactly the kind of thing. Do a Steamboat Willie takes Manhattan in kind of like the vein of Jason Takes Manhattan kind of thing in the Friday the 13th series. So it looks like this is going to be a lot of fun. It should be very interesting to see if Disney actually tries to take any legal action, but I think I'd imagine we would have already heard something about that. But we'll definitely know if there's in the next few days as to whether or not any of this kind of stuff infringes on Disney's trademark, which is kind of going to be the big thing. We know Steamboat Willie is officially in the public domain, so you guys can go out there, write all the stories you want about Steamboat Willie. You can talk about all you want, and you don't have to worry about Disney coming at you, at least for now. So we'll see how this thing goes with the whole Mickey's Mouse Trap situation going on. But I think the game Infestation 88 is clearly going to end up being okay, and it should end up being completely and totally fine. They don't have an official release date for this one yet. It's just the trailer, but we'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Smash that like button, hit that notification bell, all of the kind of stuff, because we will be keeping you update on all of this. So what do you guys think, boys and girls? This is my common sense take on what things are going on. I think these look fun. I think these parodies will be very interesting. I'm excited to see them and see how they go. I'm excited to play the game and see what it's like to eliminate the infestation that is, of course, the House of Mouse and all the horrible things that Disney has done over the last few years. So let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. Do you think this will end up working out well for them? Do you think these movies will end up being financially successful? Do you think the video game will end up being a good job? Do you think Disney's going to end up trying to come after these guys, even though Steamboat Willie is officially in the public domain? Let me know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. If you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share it with all your friends, and subscribe if you are not already. This is Jesse, the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. Enjoy the credits, and thanks for watching.